I just want to preface this video by mentioning that the company that I'm working for in VRS has nothing to do with this video. I love the company and the people that I work with. This just has to do with VRS in work and in general as a whole and not a specific company. It's just the type of work. Hello, welcome. All right, today I'm going to be talking about VRS. Now, you might remember kind of recently, maybe a couple months ago, I'd have to look and see when, but I made a video called, I think, Why I Almost Quit Interpreting, and that was discussing VRS, which I'll link up here. And in that one, I mentioned that I almost quit interpreting because I didn't like VRS work, and I ended up doing too much VRS work, which meant I thought I hated interpreting as a profession. But then I realized, no, it was just VRS work that I didn't like. And so I just quit VRS and then I worked in other types of jobs and I've been fine since then. Now, recently, I've gone back to doing VRS work. I started about 2 months ago, so not too long, but I wanted to explain why I'm doing VRS work again and how I'm incorporating that into my life without burning out with interpreting in general. Honestly, the reason I decided to go back to VRS work is due to the hours that I wanted to work. I want to work evenings and weekends. I don't want to work during the day, which it's tough to find a lot of good freelance work. I can work like evening classes at the university, but it's not enough hours. And I like to work like really, really late, like 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And it's really difficult to get that type of night work. Plus, with freelance, you're limited usually like a 3-hour class, and then you have to have like an hour break and that type of thing. So for me, it was a kind of a different type of night and weekend work during that transition, which was really tough to get enough hours. Plus, a lot of freelance work in the area depends on universities. So during their break time, like during winter break, Christmas break, that type of thing, the hours are cut drastically and your freelance work just there's not much available. Whereas VRS, it's pretty easy to always get hours and you can depend on that. In general, you can get a lot more hours and it pays well. I'd say my VRS pay is almost on par with what I get paid for freelance. There's a little bit of a difference. Like I said, I decided to go back to VRS work. And the one thing that I would say is, yes, I still don't like VRS work like before. It's not my preferred work, but sometimes, I'd actually prefer to do freelance and that type of thing. But because I kind of need that type of work right now, I just need to make sure that I have a balance. Sometimes I'm going to depend a little more on VRS during specific times, but then I'm going to make sure that I'm involved in the freelance community work as well and have a balance. Before, when I burnt out, I was only doing VRS work and that was it. So if it was something I didn't enjoy as much, that was the only exposure I had to interpreting in the past. That was the only thing that I was doing was interpreting VRS. So then interpreting as a profession was equated with VRS, and I didn't want to do that. Whereas now I have a better balance. So I do freelance community work and VRS work, and that balance means that I might feel so with VRS and I like freelance a little bit better. And when I mix them, I get a balance of things that I can handle. Am I going to work VRS forever? I don't know. Hopefully it'll be a good addition and I can continue doing the work. But I just wanted to say, sometimes depending on what's going on in your life, you might have to work in something that, you don't like as much. Not that maybe you hate education or you don't like something or it's so. But if that's what's available in your area and you need the money, in all honesty, do what you have to do. So I just kind of wanted to, say what's going on with me. I'm back to doing VRS work, but sometimes you're going to have to do that type of job, but just make sure that you have a balance if you can. If it's really the only option that you have, just make sure that you realize interpreting as a profession is not only that one job and there's always diversity. So sorry, I kind of was all over the place, but again, I just kind of wanted to I guess, say how important it is to have balance in your interpreting life. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any other questions related to this topic, leave me a comment down below and I will read and answer as much as I can. Yeah, that's about it. I'm curious if any of you guys work in a field that maybe you didn't like, you quit, you went back because out of necessity. Let me know. How do you keep a balance? Maybe some ideas of what you do. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.